Welcome back, my weebs and otakus. It's Otakunofuji with another game video. Today we're talking about Fast and Furious Arcade Edition, a game that barely resembles anything from the Fast and Furious movie franchise and plays more like a theme park attraction than an actual racing game. On one hand, it's probably the best Fast and Furious video game basically by default, but it still really sucks and you absolutely should not buy it. If you like this or any of our other content, please like and subscribe to the channel. YouTube changed how it counts views recently, so it really does actually help if you like and subscribe. I was interested in the console port for this game because I really like developer Raw Thrill's Cruise and Blast on Nintendo Switch. I figured, oh, this is a Fast and Furious game that plays like cruisin'. That sounds great. So I bought it on Xbox. I was wrong. Cruise and Blast is really fantastic and you should check it out. Fast and Furious Arcade Edition, on the other hand, sucks butt. What's wrong with it? Well, everything. There are only 6 tracks that are vaguely kind of like locations from the movies, and 8 cars that are only tangentially related to vehicles from the movies. It also has to be noted that there isn't really any difference in how the 8 vehicles play. They all feel pretty much exactly the same. The tracks are all gimmicks too, in that they play up the saving the world espionage stuff from the movies, instead of being about actual racing. So you don't ever really win a race, and instead you jump across the finish line to defuse a bomb or derail a train or stop a missile or something. It's all really dumb as hell. When you complete the mission on each track with the same car, you unlock a Furious version of that car with neon lights and 10 nitrous, which makes the races easy as hell. And when you win on every track with a Furious version of a car, you unlock Extreme mode, where all of the AI cars are also the Furious versions, so it's slightly more challenging, kinda. And that's all the content. 6 tracks that you're expected to play over and over again with 8 cars that all play exactly the same. There's maybe 30 minutes of actual content here that they artificially stretched into several incredibly bland and repetitive and boring hours. I know it was based on an arcade game, but goddamn, this is pretty atrocious. The real issue is how the game plays. It's bad. I mean, it feels okay. It's very arcadey and loose, and physics don't exist and realism is thrown out the window, which is fine. What isn't fine is that the game is essentially just an amusement park ride and not a real racing game. What I mean by that is that everything is scripted, so that no matter how fast or slow you go, you never come up short on a jump, the action-y set pieces always go off perfectly right in front of you, and the ending of every race is ridiculously tight, with you barely winning or losing by a split second. It's literally like a theme park ride, where you're just automatically rolling down a track through a tunnel while stuff happens around you. And at first, it actually seems almost impossible to win. It really seems like you have to hit every shortcut and use every power-up and carefully manage your nitrous, and generally race perfectly in order to even come close to winning. Then I did a little experiment. I intentionally went very slowly to see what would happen. And you know what? All of the AI cars also went very slowly as well. The game is completely scripted to match your pace, no matter how fast you're going. The game is also scripted so that no matter how fast you're going, at the very end of the race in the lead up to the finish line, your car gets a huge turbo boost, so you magically catch up to the leaders and get that cinematic ultra close photo finish no matter what. It turns out that the game isn't difficult at all, and is actually pretty stupidly easy, as long as you save at least 1 nitrous for the very end to ensure you finish first. And that sucks. Nothing you do during the races matters at all. No matter how fast or slow you go, the finish is always going to be insanely close, and you're always going to be first or second. It's utterly pointless and not especially fun. Once you figure out the trick to it, any fun this game might have had completely disappears. I suppose I might as well make it clear that I'm not actually that much of a fan of the Fast and the Furious movies. I love the first one and Tokyo Drift, and that's it. They're the only ones that actually were about racing in cars. The other ones are all about heists and espionage and ridiculously dumb set pieces that make no sense, and I lost interest. Anyway, back to this game. The presentation is also really disappointing. But it does at least start on a positive note. The Kyoto track is phenomenal looking, with cherry blossoms everywhere and neon and great lighting, and it looks really great. The other tracks, unfortunately, all look like Xbox 360 ugly ass era low res butt. The tracks just look bad. The cars look terrible. The sound is just completely bad on every level. In the end, Fast and Furious Arcade Edition is just a bad game all around. The presentation is poor, the content is seriously lacking, and the gameplay is putrid. It also has almost nothing to do with the Fast and Furious movies. It's such a disappointing waste of time and money that I cannot recommend to anyone. Thanks a lot for watching. Please like and subscribe and check out otakunofuji.com.